Hello, Internet and YouTube's alike. Gnome here. And today I'm going to be bringing you a bowl review, a new bowl review. Not just a bowl that's new to me, but a bowl that is literally new. New to being created, and new to the market, too. It was created by Brandon George, who sent me a bowl to review of it, and there's his name. He is from Utah, and I don't think he'd like me giving out the rest of his home address, if indeed that is his home and not his workshop. I am not sure. So, very dense, thick cardboard box, priority mail all over the darn thing, which I really appreciate. That is awesome. Now, we're going to unbox this, and as you know on my channel, we give the utmost respect to what sent us, and we treat it genteel and carefully. So let's unbox this. Aha! It's open. Alright. First in the pack, or first out of the pack, is thank you. Very pretty little foily thank you note, and oh boy, it is all handwritten, and quite a bit of it. So we'll give that a read. Might have some important tidbits. And with it is a little logo, a piece of paper that says Stone Hookah Bowls. Very nice. Kind of 80s, 90s rock going on with the font and the backwards N and the kind of Kiss-esque S. Stone! Yes. Or it could just be that it's intended to look hand-chiseled and give you the impression of stone cutters, stone masonry, and that's probably what it's supposed to be. I like. Very cute. It's like a proto-business card. Alright, thank you. It says, Gnome, thanks for reviewing my bowl. I hope you enjoy it. The bowl I sent to you is the Stone Genesis Bowl. I better put apple in it. Wink. Each bowl is handmade out of stoneware, and only a limited number of batches will be made. So they're all limited edition. I wonder if it's numbered. That would be very, very interesting if it was numbered. And the only reason I'm having odd breaks is not that he has poor handwriting. He has very nice handwriting, at least compared to me, but his and symbols are a variety that I don't often use, the E with a line down it. So I might stumble on that. I'm not the best orator anyway. The grooves on the inside of the bowl are stone grooves. So trademark that. Stone grooves branded inside of the bowl. Make sure to register or trademark that, Brandon. Which have two separate functions depending on the type/brand of tobacco you're smoking. Okay, and that's why it's a little arrow extended to the back. So this is a multifunctional bowl, good for wet, good for dry. For drier tobaccos, the stone grooves trademark serve as a extra passageway for heat underneath the shisha, creating a more even environment for it to bake in. So they're like heat coils. We'll look at them in a minute, don't worry. For wetter tobaccos, the stone grooves fill up with the glycerin flavoring and serve as a glycerin river underneath the shisha. That makes me think of the River of Slime from Ghostbusters 2. I feel like putting in a sneaky clip of that, but somebody would smack my hand for it. Preserving flavor and maximizing. Preserving and maximizing flavor. Well, yeah, more longevity. And a little last short paragraphs. Stone hookah bowls will be sold exclusively through our website. I'm not going to read that all out. I'm going to put it right here, dyslexia. There. Also, mention to follow me on Instagram. Put that here too. Follow him. He's got some kick-ass stuff so far. And he's really nice. He wrote all this out by hand. Thanks again, Brandon at Stone Hookah Bowls. Nice. So, it comes in this, which is an odd mix of both some black bubble wrap on the interior and some really heavy-duty foam stuff. So, nope, that's it for the review. Bowl. The bowl. The Stone Genesis bowl. It is heavy. This feels not like stoneware. This feels like it was carved from stone. It is super heavy. People joke about using... I have no example to grab right now. People joke about using solid hookah stems as weapons, but shit, man, this could knock somebody out. And they have this little King's Crown style design. I'll talk about that in a minute. And there are the trademark stone groove. Do they call them grooves, or do they call them recesses or rivers? Grooves. Stone grooves. I was correct. And there are 2 rings of them. This is a very big bowl. Well, it's on the biggish side. It's not ridiculous, which is nice. But it looks ridiculous from the exterior because of how thick these walls are. And there's a texture. We'll talk about that too in a minute. Obviously, extremely thick stoneware. And in the bottom there is, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but there is a diamond. Very clearly cut, defined, stamped into it. Does that mean if this is a limited edition, this is 0? I would be very happy and impressed if it was 0, but it looks too much like a diamond. I don't know. Hopefully Brandon will watch us and tell me what the diamond is all about. So yes, the King's Crown shape on the funnel is very important. There is an issue with your average funnel bowls. The spire, when it is too tall and you put the foil on it, will get sucked down into it and kill your suction. Where most people would say, oh, put a little tiny hole in the middle. I hate that idea. You're sucking in air straight through, no smoke, meh. So I often make a little roll of foil and lay it across like a predator bowl. I'll have an image of what the predator bowl has done here. So there's that. And yeah, sometimes you come across funnel bowls that have the funnel actually the right height, and you don't have to contend with that issue. But this style, it's intended to touch. Foil's intended to hit that, which it might be a little low to hit it actually. Yeah. Well, anyway, the idea is the foil hits it. It gives more heat. It serves to heat not only from the edges where the coals should be, but somewhat from the interior. And the little divots in the crown obviously prevent the airflow from getting clogged up. So beautiful concept, beautiful design. This might actually, and it seems, no, it does. I was going to say it might actually be slightly too short to touch, but I think it will. This is massive. So to talk about the texture, almost all hookah bowls I have come across, barring unglazed, a very smooth, glassy-like texture to their glaze. But I'm feeling, now I don't want to say gimmicky, because it's not, because it doesn't actually affect anything. It's not a feature. But thematic. I feel there's something very thematic about this glaze, which is kind of lumpy bumpy. It's got some little grit in it. Not like it's ever going to come off because it feels like it's under a thick lacquer. But, yeah, the concept here. Stone. Feels like stone. Stone. Stone texture. That's pretty cool. Wow. Let's load it up. Hello everybody, it's all packed up. I've got some Alfacre double apple, a little bit of Alvaron mint, and some jasmine. A pinch of that because it sounded particularly Garden of Eden-y to me. This being the Genesis bowl. And it's just getting started, but it got started quite quickly. Good volume of smoke. The density, I'm still waiting for. I'm hoping the more open bore, no, the more open passageway is not cutting down on the density of the smoke. I don't think it is. I think it's just because it's getting started. But people who have an issue with rumbly bubbles, who like to use a diffuser in their hookah, will definitely want the diffuser here because something about the airflow, something about the diameter or shape is causing more waffliness in the draw. I don't mind that. It's fine. I can tell it smokes perfectly fine. Let's to explain why the angle is a little odd on the camera, I'm about to turn the camera to show you the bowl on my hookah because it's a little humorous actually. Here we are with the stone bowl and the little light's not picking it up. I put a little stone card in it. But look at the sheer volume of bowl versus hookah. This bowl is massive. It is incredibly massive. In fact, let's put a wind cover on it. Stone. That off to the side. Wind cover. If I actually put this on, I will be smushing the top of my coals. Okay, next size up. Wind cover. Nope, just sits on the bowl. Next size up. Wind cover. Aye. But what about one of my favorite shapes and most beautiful wind covers, the Sahara smoke one? Well, I bet that bevel's going to prevent it, right? Ooh, it works. But I'm now touching the coals at this height, so back to the extra large. That is one heck of a tall bowl. Oh yes, it just needed a tiny touch more heat. Beautiful, beautiful bowl. Love it. Love it. Can't recommend it highly enough. Now, as you saw, I had 3 cube coals. Those are slightly odd branded cube coals, and when I say odd, I mean unpopular? No, not unpopular, just not in the public eye. So if you can guess the brand of cube coals I'm using, I will give you a thumbs up. I really will. Thought it was over? So did I. However, I realized there was one last thing I had to do. And one last thing that I learned about it. After smoking, I left this sit for about an hour, untouched, alone. When I picked it up from here, it was still very, very warm. Almost hot. So that's an incredible endorsement. This material, well, stoneware, but this type of stoneware, when it gets this thick, really retains heat. And the second thing that I intended to tell you at the end was, we're going to find out how heavy this sucker is. That in it, we have, it's like 13. Yes, ounces. 13 ounces. 13 ounces of extremely heavy stoneware. Yay!